I don't feel well. I've been sick the last couple of days, but also it's Neo. So a few problems that I have with Neo. Um, One is that if he sees a dog, he's going after it. Not to hurt it, just to, I don't know, maybe to dominate it. He likes to just be on top of them. Um, but then, of course, they usually don't like that, so they start barking, so he starts barking. He doesn't bite, but he scares the shit out of the dog and out of the owner. For instance, last night, it was about 11:30 p.m. It's about 11:30 p.m. I took him out to let him run free a bit. He had his muzzle on, and there's a man, about an older man and his adult son, I think, walking a dog. Neo sees the dog, so I say Neo, Neo, but Neo doesn't come back yet when called. And I got this long leash to work on that. But a lot of good this long leash did. Anyway, so yesterday, so he goes and I hear barking, and I go over there and I pull Neo, and the man is furious, the older man. The son was silent. The older man was furious, and I said, I'm sorry. He was just playing. He doesn't bite. I'm sorry that your dog was scared. I'm sorry that you were scared. I'm very sorry. I promise he's not gonna do any harm. I'm very sorry for that. I'm sorry. And then after a long silence, well, what felt like a long silence, the man says, this time I had this, and he's holding up something pointy. Next time it'll be a bullet. And I was just like, this is how I was apologizing, and I just stayed like this. Maybe didn't know that Neo was muzzled and thought that, I don't know, but if Neo wasn't muzzled and didn't bite, then I don't know. I don't know what his concern was. I guess he just really doesn't like being scared, which is fair enough. I don't know whether anybody deserves to be shot because he got scared, but I guess that's American police logic. This guy should apply for a job over there. So then today, so I've got this really long leash, almost 100 feet, and so I go to the wide path there, set up a chair, and let Neo sort of run around a bit and explore. And then I bring him back to the camp, and he's whining, so I thought, okay, maybe he didn't poop. So I take him back out again, and there's a man going for a run. Okay, it's a man, but as long as the man doesn't like run straight up to me, which he has no reason to do, or run straight up to Neo, everything should be fine. Neo's he barks a lot if somebody stares at the camp or if there's a dog. And then men who approach too closely to us, he barks. And then, but then the other thing is, men who are scared of him, he barks. Or people who are scared of him, he barks. In fact, I've got one of the guys who works with Emmaus, which, again, is the association that looks after the homeless. He gets along really well with Neo. Neo humped him a couple weeks ago. But then a couple times I went to the Emmaus office and I left Neo tied up in the back while I took care of whatever I needed to take care of. And the guy's name's Omran. He went to go say hello. And Neo barked. And he was like, what the hell? You don't recognize me? He tried again the next time that I went to the office. Neo bark, bark, bark. Okay. So then he comes to my camp, and now he's scared. Even though he had been to my camp and spent time petting and playing with Neo when Neo was tied up at my camp. Because when Neo's tied up on my camp, well, first of all, he's home, and second of all, he's comfortable. But instead, he decided to avoid Neo. He said, you never know because he's tied up. He decided to avoid Neo. Neo did not like that. So he's barking, 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 barking. And I was too sick to explain, no, you can't avoid him. See a dog. So this morning he's running around on his long leash, and there's a man coming. Look at that. You just want to play, don't you? You're such a piece of shit with everybody that I can't let you. So a man's coming, and he runs straight up to me, and I didn't want the man to panic. I'm thinking, okay, I've never actually used this leash yet, so I don't really know how fast I can pull him in. But right now, Neo is just watching. The man came up to me and asked whether Neo is dangerous. I said no. So the man started to continue on his way, and he decided, no, I'm going to avoid Neo. Neo said, oh, you are you? Neo chased after him. The man starts screaming. Oh, you said he wasn't dangerous, and runs off this little dirt path through the bushes. I think that one thing I've learned about myself, it could be related to or caused by, however my brain is, the ADHD, the depression, whatever. Or could even be a contributing factor, is an inability to perceive progress in the future. I can see a new state of things, but I can't see and feel the path to get there. And the feel thing is important. I can see, okay, sure, I do this, and then I can also visualize doing X, and I can also visualize doing Z. But I can't visualize going A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and feel that steady progress, anticipate and feel that steady progress. And I'm assuming that's something that you can do. So what that means is when I'm in a situation like this, I feel completely fucking hopeless. I feel like this is how it's always going to be. What's the point? Blah, blah, blah. And so most of any kind of situation like this, where it's going to take time to maybe get out of it, to fix it, whatever, for it to move past it, whatever. That's why my thoughts would often go to suicide, because it's just like, how are things really going to change? How can things change? It's an important idea, maybe, what I'm saying. Let me know in the comments whether you feel like, let's say you want to learn a language, you want to learn something, you want to, you need to teach your pet something, you're working on a project, Yeah, and that's why that could be why I have issues with projects and assignments, because unless I do them in one go, I can't, it, I can see myself typing it, I can see myself handing it in, but I can't see myself like, or it makes me just feel nauseous. See myself doing each step, graduating to the next step. Oh, I feel almost dizzy. I don't know.